Welcome back, Guardians. Today we're going to talk about something that's been on the to-do list for quite some time. Today we're finally back to making some exotic guides. And what better way to start off this whole thing than to talk about one of the new Warlock exotics, the Mantle of Battle Harmony. So first things first, where can you actually get this exotic? Well, the easiest answer is doing lost sectors, because that's honestly all you can do. Every day there are new legend and master lost sectors that bring with them a chance on an exotic reward. And depending on which difficulty you do, the higher the drop rate. Just make sure that the reward is an exotic chest armor piece like the one in the video. If that is the case, you're guaranteed to get Mantle of Battle Harmony, so eventually just keep going and you'll get it. As for what it does, well, it is fairly straightforward. Takedowns with weapons that have a damage type matching your subclass element grants you super energy. While your super energy is full, you instead gain a temporary bonus to weapon damage of the type matching your subclass element. So what this basically means, while your super is not ready, you gain it faster, and while you have your super ready, you gain a 20% damage buff. And unfortunately, this does not stack with other buffs. For example, if you have Rampage, Rampage deals more damage than this, and is going to override the effect of the Battle Harmony. So this works way better with weapons that don't have any damage perks. And not only that, the actual super regeneration is roughly about ×2 what you would get from each kill normally. But you can also stack it with fresh, meaning that you're gonna get even more super per kill. So there's some build potential for this if you like to play around with your supers. As for me, I find this exotic to be really good. There are some other exotics that regenerate your super as well, such as the Nesserak Sin and Skull of Dire Hamkara, but all in all, this is a great, in general, exotic for the Warlock, and it just looks so cool. And it has a lot of potential, especially considering that you can do a lot of super builds with this no matter what subclass you are, as long as you keep using an elemental weapon. For example, you could use the Palindrome, you could use the Igneous Hammer, you could even use the Bottom Dollar. You could basically use anything you want in any energy slot or even in the heavy slot, and it will reward you with faster regenerating super. The buff also works in PvP, although it's gonna be tricky to use it considering the damage buff is only activated after a kill, meaning that each kill will give you a buff that lasts for roughly 3 seconds. Each subsequent kill, both in PvE and PvP, will extend the duration up to a maximum cap of 10 seconds, meaning that there's not a lot of leeway to work with when it comes to maximizing the efficiency of using this damage in PvP. Instead, you'd probably be better off with a weapon that already has Rampage. But for PvE, this opens up a lot of different build choices, considering you don't really need to use damage amplifying buffs anymore in your weapons, as well as being able to maximize your super upkeep. So with that being said, would I recommend it? Definitely for PvE, not so much for PvP. But let me ask you this, Guardians, do you have the Mantle of Battle Harmony? Do you like it? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, if you did enjoy the video, then liking the video and subscribing to the channel is a great way to stay up to date on the latest uploads. It's also a fantastic way to support the channel itself. And I just want to thank you so much for the constant amount of support you're giving this channel. I couldn't be more thankful for you, Guardians. And with that being said, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. This is TCSpectre, signing off.